For question 5, the answer is not as obvious because we're given a triangle. We can see a triangle here, but it's not a right triangle. Now, here's a little trick. Knowing that these two angles are equal, that means this is what's called an isosceles triangle, which means that this side is equal to this side. And if I was to draw a vertical line right down the middle, this long side would be split in half. So let me just do that. Let me draw a vertical line right down the middle. And now we can see a right triangle form. I'll also do my right angle sign. And then I'll write what this new side length is. So from here to here, we have 32 divided by 2 is 16 feet. So let's start solving this thing. Let's start solving this triangle. We're trying to find A. So let's think about what we can do to find A. We know that this is going to be a angle side angle type of problem. So traditionally, if we were solving for the entire thing, we would solve for the other angle, which that other angle, we can do it in our head. It's 90 minus 35, which is 55. And then we would use trig functions to solve for the sides. Now let's go to the trig functions and try and find a trig function and ratio that would give us side A, or you can also call this the hypotenuse of this triangle, of the right triangle on the left. So let's try sine. Sine of 35 equals, and let's call this arbitrary side over here side B, because we don't know what that is. 35 is opening up to side B, so that would be side B over A. We got too many unknowns here, it's not going to work. Let's try cosine. Cosine of 35 is equal to the adjacent, which is 16 feet over side A. Oh, looky here. The only unknown in our equation is the unknown that we're looking for. Everything else is information that we know. So this is going to be what we use to solve for side A. Let me scroll up here. Side A, we can flip this equation. We can multiply both sides by A. So A times cosine 35 equals 16 feet. Then we could divide both sides. By cosine of 35. They cancel out right here. So we're left with A equals 16 feet divided by the cosine of 35 degrees. And we can calculate that using a calculator. So first let's calculate the cosine of 35. It's 0.819 and then divide that by 16. So divide 16 by our answer. So 16 divided by our answer is 19.5323 . Now we want to round this to the significant digits that we have. It looks like our smallest number of significant digits in the problem given is 2, because in the angle we have 1, 2. In the length here we got 1, 2. So we need to round to 2 significant digits. And that's going to be just 20, because the 5 will round up to 9 to a straight 20. And to be clear, let's put a decimal there to show that we have 2 significant digits in our final answer.